Farming 4.0 is actually the introduction of today's agriculture into the realities of the digital economy. It's the use of all sorts of information that is produced together with the production that farmers have in a manner that manages to bring together, to marry together, economic and environmental efficiency. The previous revolution in agriculture, the so-called Green Revolution, managed to increase enormously the productivity of the agricultural sector, and in doing so it solved some economic and social problems by making food affordable. Unfortunately, this happened at a significant cost to the environment. Right now, what Farming 4.0 allows us to do is bring together the economic and the environmental efficiency. This generates some social costs. For example, there are gaps in terms of knowledge, application and perceptions of what this means, and this is the role of the farm advisory systems that need to help farmers understand the benefits and maximize their use as much as possible. The first major global food change we face is because of growing population. We need to feed an increasing part of the planet. We do have the capacity to produce more food, but this happens at certain pressures on the environment, and it also happens with parts of the world increasing their deficit. Africa and Asia stand as an example. Of course, Asia is growing very fast economically, and therefore they can afford to import the food they have. Africa needs to find solutions both in terms of developing its own economy and production better, but also balancing the trade impact. There are other parts of the world where they have the capacity to produce more, some in terms of quantity. Europe stands out in terms of the value added and the quality of the products it exports. The first thing that policies in the farming sector have to do is make sure that farmers receive the necessary market signals, both in terms of prices, which tell them what are the type of products that are wanted, but also in terms of the quality and the value that these products bring about. And here Europe really gives lessons to the rest of the world in terms of improving its export performance on the basis of value-added products. However, our farm policies more and more have to give also signals about the manner by which farmers need to produce, which has to be much more sustainable, both environmentally and socially. And this is where all the new orientation of the CAP is aiming at. Instead of focusing on how we control what the farmers are doing, in actually focusing much more in terms of the performance of the policy, what type of results it produces when it comes to the improvement in soil, in air, in water, and in biodiversity, which needs to go together with the improvement of economic efficiency.